Hi, my name is Bimal. Let me ask you a question. What if the secret to a calmer, healthier gut isn't another expensive pill, but in herbs that people have used for centuries? Herbs you might already have in your kitchen right now. From Indian spice markets to Japanese tea houses, from the Mediterranean coast to the mountains of Nepal, humans have always turned to plants for relief. And modern science is now catching up, confirming that many of these traditional remedies actually work. But here is the part people don't talk about. Herbs can help, but they can also harm if we don't use them wisely. The right dose can soothe your gut. The wrong dose can cause new problems. So today, we are going on a journey around the world to discover 10 science-approved herbs that can improve your gut, how to use them, how much to take, and how to avoid the risk. Our journey begins in India with turmeric, that golden spice that stains your finger yellow and has been used for thousands of years in curries, medicines, and rituals. Modern science has zeroed in on curcumin, turmeric's active compound, which reduces inflammation and supports a healthier microbiome. But here is the catch. Your body doesn't absorb turmeric well on its own. That's why in Indian tradition, turmeric is often paired with black pepper and fat, like in golden milk. That combination makes it up to 20 times more bioavailable. Now, if you are thinking of loading up on supplements, slow down. High doses of turmeric can increase the risk of kidney stones and interact with blood thinners. Food-based use is usually safe. If you use a capsule, stay around 500 milligrams a day, unless your doctor says otherwise. Try adding turmeric to one meal a day for a week. Note if your bloating, pain, or bowel movements feel any different. From the spice bazaars of India, let's travel eastward to China, where another root has been treasured for centuries. Not golden this time, but sweet. In traditional Chinese medicine, licorice root has been called the great harmonizer. For centuries, it was added to herbal formulas to balance digestion and calm the stomach. Modern research backs this up, showing that the licorice can protect the stomach lining and ease gastritis and ulcers. But here is where people go wrong. Raw licorice root contains glycyrrhizin, which in high amounts can raise blood pressure and deplete potassium. That's why many doctors recommend the DGL form, deglycyrrhizinated licorice, which offers gut benefits without the risky side effects. If you struggle with reflux or stomach irritation, try licorice tea or DGL chewable tablet for a week and write down whether your burning or nausea improves. And while licorice soothes the stomach, but across the sea in Japan, another daily ritual protects the gut in an entirely different way. In Japan, drinking tea isn't just a habit, it's an art form. Green tea, rich in catechins, strengthens the gut barrier, balances microbiome diversity, and even reduces gas or bloating. 2 to 3 cups a day is ideal. The danger comes with concentrated extracts. High dose supplements can actually stress your liver. So stick with brewed tea. Enjoy it the traditional way. Replace 1 cup of coffee with green tea this week. Note your energy, your digestion, and even your mood. From the quiet tea houses of Japan, we cross over to the Mediterranean, where an herb you sprinkle on pizza has a hidden medicinal side. Oregano isn't just a flavor boost, it's medicine. Oregano oil is a powerful antimicrobial. It can help fight bacteria and fungi in cases like SIBO or Candida. But here is the nuance. Oregano doesn't discriminate. In high amounts, it can disrupt healthy gut bacteria and irritate the lining. That's why oregano oil capsules should only be used short term, 2 or 4 weeks, and ideally under guidance. In food, it's safe and beneficial. Sprinkle fresh or dried oregano in your cooking and jot down if your digestion feels lighter after meals. And while oregano protects the gut with its strength, ginger works differently, not by killing, but by moving. In Ayurveda and in Indian remedies, ginger is everywhere, from teas to tonics for travelers. Science shows why. Ginger boosts motility, helping food move through the gut and reduces nausea and gas. But yes, too much can backfire. More than 4 grams a day may cause heartburn or interact with blood thinners. 1 to 2 grams, whether as tea, fresh slices, or powder, is a safe and effective range. Brew fresh ginger tea after your heaviest meal this week and track if bloating or heaviness improves. Ginger moves things along, but sometimes what we need is something that settles the storm of cramps and gas. For that, cultures in India have long turned to fennel seeds. Step into a restaurant in India and you will often see a small bowl of fennel seeds waiting for you at the counter. They are not just for fresh breath. They have been used for centuries to relieve bloating and cramps. Modern studies show fennel can calm intestinal spasms, making it helpful for IBS. Chewing a teaspoon of seeds after meals or brewing them into a tea is safe. But concentrated fennel oil, that's another story. In excess, it can cause hormonal effects or even trigger seizures. Stick to seeds and teas. That's how tradition meant it. Try chewing fennel seeds after dinner and write down whether your gas or cramping eases. From seeds that settle to a plant with soothing gel, let's move to Africa and India, where aloe vera is known not for flavor but for its healing touch. Aloe vera might remind you of sunburn, but in Africa and India, it's long been used for digestion. Aloe juice can soothe constipation and protect the gut lining. The trick is choosing the right kind. Aloe naturally contains aloe, which is a strong laxative. If you drink raw aloe, you may end up with diarrhea electrolyte imbalance. That's why you should only buy aloe labeled aloe free or decolorized. A small glass daily can help, but raw latex is dangerous. If constipation is your main struggle, try aloe vera juice for 3 days and see if your bowel movements become more regular. Aloe cools and calms, but Sometimes the gut needs relaxation of a different kind. That's where peppermint comes in. Peppermint oil is one of the most studied treatments for IBS. It relaxes the muscles of the gut, reducing cramps and urgency. But timing matters. Enteric-coated capsules taken before meals make sure the oil reaches your intestines intact. Peppermint tea can also help, but if you have reflux, be careful. Peppermint can relax the valve between your stomach and esophagus, making heartburn worse. If you have IBS, try peppermint tea or a capsule for a week and track your cramping. If you have reflux, skip this one. Peppermint relaxes the body, and that brings us to another herb famous for calm, chamomile. Chamomile doesn't just relax the mind, it soothes indigestion and reduces gut-related anxiety. But remember, chamomile is in the raw weed family. If you are allergic, it could trigger a reaction, and it can interact with blood thinners. For most people, though, 1 or 2 cups of chamomile tea daily is safe and beneficial. Replace your evening drink with chamomile tea this week. Track your sleep, your stress, and your digestion. And if chamomile brings calms at night, Tulsi, holy basil, brings resilience in the morning. In Nepal and India, Tulsi isn't just an herb, it's sacred. Science shows it's an adaptogen, meaning it helps the body adapt to stress. And since stress is one of the biggest triggers for gut flare-ups, Tulsi supports both the mind and the gut. Tulsi tea or 300 to 600 milligram supplement can be helpful, but it can lower blood sugar or blood pressure. So if you are on medication, monitor carefully. Try Tulsi tea in the morning and write down how your stress, energy, and gut symptoms change. So, what do we learn from this journey around the world? That herbs are powerful, not just flavors in your food, but allies for your gut. But like any medicine, they only work when used wisely. A pinch heals, a handful can harm. That's why I encourage you, don't try all 10 at once. Pick one herb and add it into your daily routine. Track how you feel in your gut journal. Note the dose, the timing, and your symptoms. Over a week or two, you will know whether it's helping you. That's how you turn this video into action. Remember, no herb works in isolation. Your gut thrives on patterns. Your food, your sleep, your stress, your movement. Herbs are companions, not magic bullets. So which of these herbs will you try first? Turmeric in your curry, chamomile at night, ginger tea after lunch? Write it down, test it, and track your gut's response. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Gutsphere. Our mission is to make GI care accessible, affordable, and actionable. And if you are serious about healing your gut, use our Gutsphere to test what works for you, one herb, one change, one step at a time.